Oi! So I'm here at Cash Converters. I've just been in and bought a bunch of movies. I'll show you a film that had like a mass of racks and stands of movies, and there was all sorts of deals. I got 8 for $10, or there was 20 for 20, stuff like that. So yeah, it's on the eve of the G20 long weekend. The meeting of the minds, all the representatives from around the world here to solve the world's economic problems is all happening here in Brisbane this weekend. So I'm out and about. It's Thursday, I'm off work and I got the long weekend. It's going to be a good one. Probably go for a swim, do a few things like that. But I think a lot of people are going out of town and doing their thing, probably up and down the coast. So might be quiet here in Brisbane as it turns out. But anyway, I think my battery's about to die, so I'll show you a few shots of inside Cash Converters there, of all the DVDs to choose from, and then my battery's going to die, so you'll see me back at home and I'll show you what I got there. Yeah, so that was just a quick look at all the DVDs they had at the Cash Converters there. It was pretty hard to wade through all of that, but anyway, I had a bit of a quick go because then by 4 o'clock they were closing for some reason, so I had to have a quick look. So I'll have a look at all the ones I got, but just before I start looking at that, I thought I'd show you. I watched Ghoulies 4 the other night just before the Anvil concert. I thought a cheesy movie might go well, sort of as a lead up to Anvil, and Ghoulies 4 is cheesy, that's for sure. All the Ghoulies movies, if you've seen them, they're all pretty damn terrible movies, let's be honest. They're bad movies, but they're those good bad movies. And this one's no exception. I've never seen this one before. I didn't really know there was a fourth for a while. But I almost say this is pretty damn bad, and I almost say it could be my favourite out of all the Ghoulies. Don't know, like, if you've seen the first 3, you know what you're in for. I mean, these two little monsters aren't got anything to do with the first Ghoulies, but there is a story that they somehow tie into the first Ghoulies. There's a same character from the first Ghoulies in this one. So cheesy as all hell, terribly acted, terrible story, bad comedy, but that's what you get with the Ghoulies. And I think this one and probably part 2 and 4 here are probably my favourite Ghoulies. One's just a bit too... as low it's cheesy, it's sort of got this odd serious side too that I don't like. So yeah, then I'll show you these movies I got. I got, I think it was 8 for $10. And so first of all, I picked up this one, and they look like they're all video store rentals. It says $2 there, but it was 8 for 10. So this Grim Love, I've actually seen this years ago. I think it's based on a true story of some description, a cannibal guy. And from memory it's pretty rough, but a pretty good story, so I got Grim Love. This one, what's this one? Great American Snuff Film. Don't know anything about this. Might be alright. Could be rough, could be bad, I don't know. Now this one I've heard about for a long time, Pontypool. It must be British, I'm pretty sure. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. I don't know anything much about the story, just that it's a good movie. So I'm thinking I might watch this tonight. So we'll see. Because I'm going to have a celebratory G20 Horrathon tonight. So I think this might be on the list. Stay tuned and we'll see what I actually end up watching. And how many I actually watch before I fall asleep. I'm thinking 2 might be my limit. I'll try to push it to 3, but we'll see. I fall asleep pretty easy. Welcome to the Jungle. I remember seeing this when it first came out as a new release. I remember thinking it was okay. I think it's in that sort of vein of those old jungle movies, those old cannibal jungle movies like Cannibal Holocaust. I think there's even scenes just that are like homages to it from memory. It was okay. I didn't love it, but I thought I'd give it another go for $1. Pig Hunt, which I reckon this looks pretty fun. I don't know where it's from, but it looks fun, so we'll see how that goes. Candy Stripers. And I've seen that years ago. It was one of those bad good movies. Candy Stripers, it'll be a bit of fun. And then this one, I got this because they sort of said to me, you got to get out of the store because we're closing, and I had to pick one more to get my, whatever it was, 8 movies or whatever. So I just picked this up. I think I might have seen it before and didn't like it, but I had to grab one more in like 2 seconds, and this was horror, so what the hell. Living hell it is. I may not have seen it, or maybe I've just seen it around. If I've seen it, I don't think I thought much of it. This one, I reckon, for some reason I'm kind of keen to watch this. I don't know anything about it. I've got a feeling it's going to be really, really terrible. Family demons, but I'm hoping it might be a little gem. Who knows? So I'm thinking tonight, stay tuned, because next time you see me, it'll be later tonight, and I will have be doing the Horrathon, the G20 Horrathon, or be halfway through it or something. But I'm thinking probably Pig Hunt I'll try and watch, and the other one that I picked up, Pontypool. But I do have a lot upstairs that I need to watch, so stay tuned, because I may not watch them. I might pick something else. See you guys in a sec, and we'll see how the G20 Horrathon goes. Oi, so the G20 Horrathon has begun. I just finished watching this great thriller, Red, White and Blue, which is basically about this girl who is pretty lost, pretty broken. She comes across this guy in a band briefly at the start of the movie, and then as the movie goes on, she gets involved with this guy at the top. He's like a war veteran, and the story goes on from there. I won't give too much away, but it was a really interesting movie. I really enjoyed it. Great sort of thriller, bit of drama at the start of it. It takes a little while to get started. It's not boring in any way though. It's quite an interesting story. And then it gets quite horrific by the end of the film. But yeah, really dug this one, Red, White and Blue. If you find it anywhere, check it out. It's got this Aussie guy up the top, Noah Taylor, who I haven't seen in a film for quite some time. He was, I remember him being big for a while there. Might have been in the 90s or something like that. But I haven't heard or seen him in anything for a long time. I think he's still been doing movies. But anyway, that was interesting that he's in this movie. It's an American movie. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to watch Pontypool now. So I'll tell you what I think of that in just a sec. Oi, so I just made through the second movie in my G20 Horrathon here, Pontypool. And man, it's actually, I think I said it was British. It's not British at all. It's Canadian. And this is awesome. If you want, and I mean, this is maybe 5 or 6 years old, so you guys probably know all this anyway. You've probably seen it, I don't know. But this is a zombie flick you have to see, because it's not like any other zombie flick. It's pretty much all set in a radio station. And yeah, it's like there's a very small splattering of actual zombies, but other than that, it's a whole lot of radio broadcasts, which is just, it's really quite original. I think it's based on a book, so I reckon the book would be pretty damn interesting. It'd be a pretty good read, and I also think that maybe it's or they were thinking of, or they did turn it into a radio broadcast, a bit like the original War of the Worlds. You know how it was a broadcast to begin with many years ago. I think they might have made this into that sort of broadcasty type thing as well, which would work really well. You could almost watch this movie with your eyes closed. It's sort of all about what they're saying rather than, you know, what you're seeing, sort of thing. It's just really interesting, and I would recommend checking it out, especially if you're into zombie films that are a bit different, because we all know zombies have been done to death. And it's rare to find any zombie films that are any good. It is 5 or 6 years old, like I said, so you might have seen it. But yeah, really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to watch the Pig Hunt movie, the third and final. Hopefully I can make it through it. Just making a cup of tea just now, so that might help me. Third and final movie in my G20 Horrathon is coming up next, Pig Hunt. I'll see you in a sec and see if I actually make it through it. So there you go. I finished Pig Hunt. It's probably about 12:30. Pretty tired. This was fun, definitely fun. It's a B movie. It's pretty trashy, but it's fun as all hell. You know, it gave me a bit of a cabin fever vibe at times. It's just a big killer animal movie basically. It gets pretty weird and wacky by the end. a little bit strange, but the grand reveal of the massive pig at the end is well worth it. It's one of these movies that saves it to right at the end, which I really appreciate. But yeah, I guess the pig was well worth it in the end. Definitely stick around to see that, but maybe a little brief, perhaps a bit brief. Anyway, a lot of fun. It gets a bit weird and wacky. It's just one of those B movies. If you like big killer animal movies, check it out. That's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed my G20 Horrathon. I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to bed. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.